everybody, this is Alyssa from Main Arts and Crafts, and today we are doing my month in review for the month of March. Yay! So exciting. So for the month of March, I was not expecting to get much of anything done. I was expecting it to be a complete bust, no progress, nothing. And I actually, pleasantly enough and surprisingly enough, actually finished more than I was expecting to do, especially considering the fact that I spent, like a good portion of the month out of commission, being sick, and then like the fact that I still can't sleep. And yeah, that I've been struggling with that whole aspect of everything. But I pleasantly got a little bit more done than I was expecting with my diamond painting, even though I've been moving a little bit slower pace-wise than normal with my diamond painting. So we will roll right into it. So the first one you guys already saw in my February month in review. And that's because I finished it before I believe I finished it before I filmed my February month. I can't remember if I finished it in time for that or not. But this right here is a composition with yellow, blue, black, and light blue by Mondrian. It is a 20 by 20 square drill canvas with 5 colors. That's it, just 5 colors. And I purchased this from Diamond Artisan Shop. And I started it on the 27th of February when I was sick, and finished it on the 1st of March, and it took me 2 hours and 57 minutes. So this was an adorable small little canvas. It is my first finish of March and my 53rd finish of all time. And I didn't really have too many comments about this, beyond the fact that I did an amazing job color blocking right through here. But because I followed like my normal pattern for color blocking, which is basically like line up to the edge and then like stay straight against that tight edge the rest of the way. But I decided to be like boring, or I decided to play and do a spiral design for the center portion. And I regretted that because I had so much gapping with that way, because I wasn't like lining all of the drills up with myself. So it really bothers me that this is all gappy in there because of how I did it. And if I could go back, I would do this the same exact way that I did these, because this looks amazing and this looks really good. But I love how these turned out. And I did go back through and do like a mica method to fill in some of the gapping because it was so atrocious right here. I love how they turned out. These drills are glorious. They were beautiful, fully resin squares, a gorgeous quality. Canvas is very, very high quality canvas. It's got that creepy soft felt backing, very thick, sturdy canvas. And I love these as like an adorable, fun little snack, super fun to work with. But that was finish number 1 for the month of March. And now we're going to roll into number 2. So let's go ahead and take us up for a moment to see our number 2. And somehow I ended up doing a lot of squares. Like, don't ask me why that happened, because I'm not a square lover. But finish number 2, I decided to do this one. I was in a snacky mood because I was working on Big Kit. I think technically this is Defender of Truth, but I've been calling this Wonder Woman because it says Wonder Woman on it. So this is Diamond Art Club. It is a 30, and it actually comes from their Amazon store. It is no longer available for purchase. It was a 33 by 41, a square canvas, 9 colors in this one, so very low color count. I started this on the 11th of March, finished it on the 13th of March, and it took me 9 hours and 49 minutes. So I started it, I was still feeling a little under the weather when I was working on this. I did like absolutely zero diamond painting for a solid week because I was laid up in bed like sound asleep because I had COVID. But I love how this one turned out. Like, the color blocking was a dream on this. No issues with the color blocking. I loved the AB placement on this because we had 2 ABs on here. Yes, I need to write that down. I don't know why I didn't get that written down. So we have 2 ABs in here, which was wonderful and a pleasant pleasure to work on. No real complaints on it. Let's see, what were my comments on the back? Oh, I did actually have complaints. So this is my second finish for the month of March and my 54th finish total. And I did say that these pinks were very clumpy. So they were the drills that you kind of have to separate them because they were super clumpy. And the drills were pretty tabby. So they had a ton of those tiny little tabs all over the drills, which for it being a Diamond Art Club was kind of like, meh, not the best. But I love how she turned out. This is like a powerful, fun one. I love the golden lasso, and I love the shimmer and chime. I like the look of a finished square canvas. I just don't like doing them as much. I found so far that, like, this is an older canvas, a little bit of an older one, not super old or anything like that, but it is a little bit older. And I did enjoy this one. I didn't feel like the grid was very tight on this one, so that one was enjoyable to do. It's these really, really new ones from Diamond Art Club that have a really tight grid that I do not enjoy doing. So that was finish number 2 for the month. Finish number 3 was right there with her. I was like, well, I already finished that one. I might as well do the companion piece, which is the Be Your Own Hero. And she has, again, these 2 beautiful ABs for her, which are the same exact ABs that we had for over there on one. The 132 and the 133, so the yellowish orange and then the orangish red. These 2 ABs here, which you can see blinging up all over. It would have been cool to have that be a pale pink AB. That would have been beautiful. So she's a powerful, powerful Wonder Woman and a paler pink background. So I like the fact that they mixed this up. This is a Diamond Art Club as well, but this comes from their regular store as opposed to the Amazon store for our previous one. This one is also no longer available for purchase. They've discontinued this one. And this is 833 by 33, so a little bit smaller, also square drill canvas. And this one actually had 13 colors. So the one over there had 9 colors. This one had 13. And I love how it turned out. Again, beautiful. I needed the color blockiness of this. I love how it's just, you know, clean, simple, very easy to do all of the color blocking. Wonderful to work on. Let's see, what do I have to say on this one? Oh, I started it on the 16th of March and finished it on the 20th of March. And it took me 7 hours and 2 minutes to do this one here. So I did, this is my 3rd finish of the month, 55th finish of all time. And I didn't have any comments on this one. There was nothing really that went wrong or anything like that on this one here. It was overall just, you know, fun, happy, light, easy day canvas to work on. Now we're going to go into my main outstanding canvas that took me the majority of the month to work on, and the one that I needed those other canvases to kind of give myself a little bit of a recovery and a break from, because this one was like the bane of my existence. So I do have a dedicated post review which will be going up on Friday on Lunar New Year Kitty. So I will go very much in depth on Lunar New Year Kitty on Friday. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of the highlights. So Lunar New Year Kitty it is by the artist Puffy Gator from Distracted by Diamonds. That's the company. They're over on Etsy, and it is a 62 by 77 round drill canvas with 50 colors, and 3 ABs is what was charted. I added probably, I don't know, like what, 13 or 14 other special drills to this. I blinged the snot out of this canvas. All the things you could possibly imagine. I started this one on the 13th of February and finished it on the 30th of March. And it took me 42 hours and 33 minutes. And I started this one for my Lunar New Year DP24 event that I hosted. This was my 4th finish of the month, 56th finish of all time. And I added, as you can see, I added all the things. These are all of the specials that I added in. I have a video that shows me actually going through the process that I used to kit up or to pick out special drills for the canvas. That is if you go into my Lunar New Year, I think I put it in both the blingy, the thingy, into my Lunar New Year DP24 playlists. So that way you can find details if you want to learn how to do that yourself. You can actually look it up and find that out. And then I added all sorts of bling to this. So you can see from the bottom, or well, from the top down. So here we go, because this is so big it doesn't really fit in here very well. So there is our Lunar New Year Kitty with our blinged out lanterns, blinged out vest, all the way to the bottom. She is beautiful. And I love how it turned out. I did have some complaints on the canvas. The adhesive was extremely subpar. I've already lost, there's a drill or two that keeps popping off every time I move this canvas. I'm trying to avoid moving it because there's like one drill up here that just doesn't want to stay on here. And when you watch my post review, you'll be like, where's that missing drill? Because I literally replaced it twice. I already filmed the post review and the drill fell off twice and I had to replace it. Yeah, so it was rather annoying. One of the big things that I noticed, and I think I forgot to mention it in my post review, so I will mention it now, and is some of the symbols that they used were a little bit too large for the drills. So even if you would have to be extremely precise to line up the drill perfectly to hide the entirety of the symbol. And I ain't got time for that. Like, let's be honest. I'm not the person that's going to sit here and perfectly line up each and every drill to make sure it is 100% covering every aspect of the symbol that it's supposed to hide. That's not why I'm diamond painting. Some people, that's fine, and that's what they want to do. They can totally do that. That's not what I do. I like to do my diamond painting. One, I find it relaxing. Two, I like having the finished pieces and being like, ha, I did that, it's done. So that's one of the big things for me. I like the satisfaction of being done. So, you know, I want to be able to get the finishes. And I can't get a finish if I'm, you know, focused on the other aspects of it. So, of trying to be like perfect in my placement. So I'm not a perfect placer. You're going to find a lot of like non-perfect aspects with mine that I do. But that's just me, and that's how I do my diamond painting. But this is Lunar Kitty. Adhesive was subpar. The drills were a little bit of a poor quality. There was a lot of unnecessary confetti, and I don't like the weirdness of this render. That's just kind of like off. I don't think it blended well from this funky salmon color into the underlighting of the kitty's face. I feel like that's a little harsh. Ooh, pardon me with the yawn. That shadow is just a little bit too harsh right through there. Everywhere else for the cat was done well with the rendering and the blending, except for that spot right there. Let's see, and I think that's what I got comments-wise on this one. This is gonna be like a relatively short post, like month in review for you guys. It's shocking. And then my last finish for the month is Rainbow Cloud, and this one was super fun to do. I snuck this one in on the 31st. I needed something additional to do, and I was like, hey, let me pull out Rainbow Cloud. This is by Mooney Made, or from the shop Mooney Made, and this is by the artist Star Winksy. It is a 30 by 30. Again, it's another square. I don't know what was up with me in squares. That makes me having completed 4 square drill canvases this month in only 1 round, which is not, normally the ratio is the other way around. So that's a little backwards. 30 by 30 squares, 31 colors. I did this one, started it on the 31st, finished it on the 31st, and it took me 7 hours and 6 minutes. I loved how much color blocking I had on this. This was a dream to work on. I started on this part down here, and this part was a dream to do, and then I kind of worked around the edge, and then I came back in and kind of filled in for the center. And the last thing that I did was the 5200 is of the white of the cloud. That was the very last thing that I did. I did feel like there was a lot of like unnecessary confetti in these border aspects around some of this. I felt like that could have been cleaned up a lot more, but that's just me kind of nitpicking, and especially around the stars. There's so much random confetti of all these colors all around the star that totally does not need to be there. Like so many colors, and I'm like, why do we need all of these colors around the star? That's not needed, not necessary. Like if I pull it up, I have that light off so you're not going to tell, but I'll go into that detail when I do a post review, because I am going to do a post review of this one just because I can. And it's so cute, and I love rainbows. And I like rainbow barf, because look, I even picked washi tape to fit. Like, look, pretty washi tape, fits. Look at that, love it. Anyways, this one was wonderful to work on, and I loved the fact that it was such a quick one to do. It was my 5th finish of the month, and my 57th finish of all time. And I did have some minor gapping issues, primarily in the lighter colors. I don't know if maybe the lighter color drills, they just don't, they may be just like slightly smaller or something, because I even noticed it, like, I don't know, they just don't fit together nearly as snugly. Like with the reds, I felt like I was struggling to get them to fit in properly. And then as I came over into some of these lighter tones, it was like, I was like, where did all this gapping come from? And I was using the same exact pressure and the same exact way of working. But then as I got further over into some of these darker colors, all of a sudden it was like a really tight drill field again. And I'm like, okay, is it something about the drills where these lighter colored drills are just smaller than the darker drills? Is that a thing? Because I feel like it is, because I don't have this gapping in these tans down here at all. And I'm like, why do I not have this gapping here? Like, why? What's up with that? That's just madness. I don't get it. But that's just me kind of like ranting a little bit about this, and I love how this turned out. Oh, pardon the yawn. And it was just so much fun to do, and I like excited to then roll into like my next canvases. So those were my main canvases of what I actually did. 5 finishes. They may be snackies, but they were finishes. And then I also finished, you saw the Catterday things, or not the Catterdays, but you saw all my little cat thingies, but these are the sticker packs. I finished all of the sticker packs from Diamond Delights, and you can see here's the Garden Blooms, and then we have Garden Blooms set 2. So I have not put these in my sticker album, so I just have them all ready to like show off, because I wanted to show them off like this first. And then we have Strawberry Catstrees set 3, I should probably put them in order, actually. We're gonna do it this way. So I have Strawberry Cat Trees set 1, and then I have Strawberry Cat Trees set 2, and then Strawberry Cat Trees set 3. So those all go together. We're gonna slide these over because these are all just wonderful stickers that I need to put in a sticker book, but I need to get a larger sticker book. And then we have our Cat Cree set 1. Look at those little cat, like, bakery items. We have a croissant witch, or a croissant cat, however you want to think of it. We're gonna move those up just a hair. But yes, they're so cute. And then we have these adorable Cat Cree set number 2 and Cat Cree set number 3. Look at the cuteness. They're adorable. Love them. And then our last but not least, we have Chonky Cats. And the Chonky Cats were a must-have. And Chonky Cats number 2. But these are all of the stickers. So I had 10 different sticker packs that I completed as well throughout this month. Because each of these is like an individual one. Some of them I did a really crappy job of lining up my stickers to their spot. But, you know, it's all about if you're having fun and enjoying what you're doing. And I was... beyond the fact that I'm yawning for no reason, beyond the fact, but I was totally enjoying myself working on these. They were a blast to do. They were so much fun, so cute. And I love the fact that they were already pre-packaged for me in their little baggies, so I didn't have to sit there and like pour them into a plastic bag and blah, 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 blah. And it's also tedious when you do that. So that was, to me, was one of the awesome things is I didn't have to go through that whole process with these because it was already kitted up. It was already good to go. So that was wonderful. But those are those stickers that I did this month. And now we can kind of roll into my WIPs. So I am starting the month with 2 WIPs. And I don't have a ton of progress done on either one of my WIPs. One of the WIPs, so I'm going to go grab those and I will be right back. Okay, so WIP number 1 is this beauty right here. This is the storm. This is Super Dragon, and Super Dragon is from Enabler's Outpost, and the artist is Tori Nagay Art. I have not touched it at all in the month of March because I wanted to finish Lunar Kitty, and then I ran out of time to start working on this dragon right here. But Super Dragon is one that I do want to finish in April. I would really like to finish this one in April and get it done because, oh, it's so beautiful. And I only have these 2 sections done. This is a square. And it is a lot of confetti, but at the same time, it was not like painful confetti. And the sections are a little bit smaller and a little bit more bite size. So as we bring it up, we're going to see, it's been hanging on the back of my door. As we come down, there is some color blocking in here as well. So let me turn this light off so we can actually see without the glare. So there is some color blocking down through here as we work our way down this dragon as the dragon coils around, and then we have our 2 finished sections. So I do want to make more progress on this with a goal of finishing it. That's going to be my first priority, is to finish Super Dragon. That is a must finish, and it's beautiful. I love the quality of it. Like, look at how shimmery and gorgeous it is. There's some minor gapping in the darks up in here, but they're so dark that it's really not noticeable, and that's the only area that I've found that same gapping. I've been enjoying these squares. They've been a wonder to work on. You guys get to stare at the kitten while I take care of this. And the only other WIP that I have, I did start my temperature cell, Spooky Library temperature style cross-stitch conversion, which I only have a small section started on. I've only been placing 2 colors so far. I've worked on it for maybe like an hour and a half, somewhere around in there, not long at all. So I only really have this small little bit. My plastic is all peeled back. So I was only working on one of the pages of it. This is going to be, let me bring it down so we can see a little bit better. So you can see here, this is the section that I have placed right there on this one. Not a lot. I'm working on the border for this first, and once I place the border all the way around, then I'll go back through and start working on January, February, and March shelves. But I have to do the border first, and that's my first thing that I've been tackling is this border. So I've started working on that. And I'm working on placing this white color up around in here, and I'm about to fill in some of this. This is all mostly one color, and I've just started adding the second color. And this is going to be roughly a 50 by 90. So I just kind of peeled back. This is going to be essentially like a sheet of paper for my Pattern Keeper app. And I've been working into this section for the border, and then I'll go into this section because it's like 3 pages across. So you'll have that one, and then I'll have that section there, and then this one coming over and down. And then the borders coming down the rest of the way down, which there's nothing on here so far, are going to go really quick because it's basically just going to be extending this all the way down until I get to the bottom, and then the bottom will be continuing on with the design. But it's going to be wonderful to work on. I can't wait to do it and see how it turns out. But this is the second WIP that I have going into the month of April. So those are the two. Once I get the border done and then start placing, once the border is completed, that's going to go quickly. I do have a video of me working on this. I've actually been working, not of me working on it, but of me kitting it up. So if that's something that you're interested in, see the kitting up of me pulling the colors to kit this up, you can go check that out. Also, if you're interested, the color palette that I'm working on is going to be this right here. So these are all of the colors that I'm using. So I'm working with these colors right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These 8 colors right here. These colors are going to make up the border. And then once I finish with those, the colors through to right here, so from the 155 to the 5200, those are colors that are going to be kind of like scattered throughout the canvas as like permanent elements, right from there to there. And then starting right here in these sets of 4, so those 4 blues, then these 2, 4, these 4, these 4, 3, 4, 4, and 4. Those are going to be my color gradations for the temperature portion of everything that I've picked out. So this is going to be the color wheel that you will see for my temperature cell. So I'm super pleased about this, and I can't wait to get started like actually placing the color portion of it. But that's the color palette that I went with. And I have one more temperature cell that I want to do. I want to get started on this one and actually get the border placed and everything done before I start working on the other temperature cell that I have. So those are my 2 WIPs that I'm going to be working on. And then let me put this out of the way, and I want to show you what I plan on doing and I would like to work on in addition to that this month. All right, so I have 2 options. I can work on Familiar Magic, which is a 55 by 70 round drill canvas with these beautiful purples. This is one of my options for what I want to add. I love that. That's going to be beautiful. So this is option 1, and I think that's the one I'm leaning towards. And then option 2, because I only have 2 Chrysabug canvases, and I want to work on a Chrysabug for Stealthy's, the Stealthy Crafter is doing a Chrysabug along, and I want to do a canvas for the Chrysabug along. So I'm leaning towards which one do I want to do, because I only have 2 that I'm keeping in my stash. I'm destashing the extra Chrysabugs that I have, so it's just Familiar Magic and Virgo. These are the only 2 that I have, and this is Virgo, which is my sign. But I'm like, do I want to do Virgo or wait and do Virgo in an actual, like in my birth month in August, and wait and do Virgo then? So they're very similar size, a 50.7 or a 50.7 by 76, or we go with Familiar Magic, which is 55.8 by 70.6. So they're basically the same size, and I'm leaning towards Familiar Magic, but I'm like, and I'm kind of thinking those purple vibes are working for me. So I think that's the one actually I may do. So let me go back to the Familiar Magic. Even though I feel like that's one that's going to be a common one to do, I'm leaning towards this one, this Familiar Magic. I think that's the one that may get done with all of these purples and the white and then the glowing of the eyes. I think the eyes are getting me. We're going to go with this one. So we're going to put this in my started pile. No, we don't want to do it from there. We want to do it from right here. So that puts it into my started pile. And then we're also going to go with Fierce Foo. this is the other one that I plan on doing, and this is going to, we're gonna put that in my started pile. And now we're gonna go ahead and come back over here and go with starteds so you can see where we are at. So these are the 4 things that I'm currently working on. So we have my 2 WIPs, Super Dragon, which I have spent about 13 hours on so far for Super Dragon. This is what the full art image will look like when done, and this is what I always take. I take a start photo of everything and I put them right here in Gems Flow. So this is the start photo with the sections. This is the first section completed, and then you'll have the first 2 sections completed. So I have this one divided into 10 sections as well for that one. And then once I finish, so I have Super Dragon started and my Spooky Library Sal started, and these are my color charts of what I want to work on color chart wise. That's the colors that I have for it. My Spooky Library Sal, which I log my time differently on that. It's being logged in my Markup XP Pro. So Familiar Magic is going to be for the Chrysabug along with Stealthy, and then for the Jaded Jamboree, I'm doing a custom of my Fierce Foo, which is a photo that I took in China when I did a trip to China back in 2000. When did I go? I went in 2016, I think, is when I went to China. Or was it 2015? No, it was 2015 is when I went to China. Before? I can't remember what year. It's been a while. Maybe it was 16. But Fierce Foo, and this is a 45 by 60 round drill canvas from Jaded Gem Shop. So it's going to be a little bit on the smaller side, which is nice. It's not massive, but it's a beautiful, beautiful image. So I think between those 2, because Super Dragon's going to be the one that takes the longest. And then the Spooky Library Sal, that's just going to be continuing to work on it. There's like no time limit because I'm not going to finish that. That's a work in progress for the year, basically. But first priority is to finish Super Dragon, get that WIP knocked out. And then I'm going to work, that one's going to be lower priority because I think we have like 2 months to work and finish for the Jaded Jamboree. And then the Familiar Magic, that one I definitely want to finish this month. And I still want to pull the Storm God out. And once I finish Super Dragon, be able to pull out the Storm God to work on that one from Lazy River, because that was one that I did want to finish for my event. I wanted to do Super Dragon, the Storm God, and Lunar Kitty for my event, but I underestimated how much time it would take for me to put together the videos for you guys for the event. So I didn't get as much diamond painting done in February as I wanted because of that. And then March was just a wash, but hopefully I'll be back. I'm back in my groove and I'm able to do more now, and I can kind of like get the feel for it, because I'm like, okay, I want to kind of like make some progress. I've got some awesome kits in my hoard and I want to be able to actually work on them. But these are the images that I've got going for what we're going to be working on in the month of April, and finish strong with those. And then I would have to pick out what I want to do starting in May, because April actually marks 1 year of diamond painting, which is crazy. And then May will be my 1 year anniversary of my channel. But kind of cool to be like, I think Fierce Foo, that one's kind of awesome to be able to be like, okay, yeah, I've officially been diamond painting for a year now working on these here. So that's pretty great. Not too bad considering me having now officially, I've completed 57. Let me go to my completeds and change my viewpoint. So I number them. So I have completed, as I'm sitting here, I think I laid drills on my first canvas on like the 2nd or 3rd of April. So I've officially been diamond painting for a year now. So I've completed 57 canvases, plus 10 paint gems, plus 9 of these little mini kits, and I've got 5 specials and 6 cross-stitch conversions. So a lot of little things that I've done. So it's 87 projects of some type that I have completed in the past year. Not too shabby. A lot of them are small, but I like small. And these are the ones that I'm going to be working on in this next month. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Actually, we're just going to leave it like that. Hope you guys enjoyed kind of getting a little snack, like preview of what I plan on working on moving forward into the month of April and my plans. And we will see. Sometimes I end up doing what's on my plan, and sometimes I end up, as you saw for the month of March, the only thing that was on my agenda for the month of March was finishing Lunar Kitty. None of anything that I did for the rest of the month of March was anywhere near my agenda or planned for the rest of the month. None of it. So I finished, how many kits that were not planned for? and didn't even touch some of the other kits. So I did not plan Wonder Woman, Be Your Own Hero, or Rainbow Cloud. Those 3 kits were not planned kits for the month of March. I had other kits that I planned to do, like working on Super Dragon. Did that happen? No. So anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and see you next time. Bye.